Racism in all its forms, systemic as well as individual, has brought our society to a crisis point. And Queen's University is not immune to this trend. Indeed, our institution has historically had difficulty making substantive progress on this issue. All of us must understand and come to terms with the deeply entrenched behaviors and structures that perpetuate inequities and divide us one from the other. It is time for us to have frank conversations about this question and to move beyond those conversations and undertake the hard work of change. As Queen's University principal, standing alongside the other members of the senior leadership in the university, including the deans, we are committing ourselves to addressing systemic racism through the critical examination of our own roles in its perpetuation and in the practices and policies that may support these persistent inequities. To this end, we pledge to undertake these immediate actions. We must support the efforts of students, staff, faculty, and alumni who are engaged in anti-racism and anti-oppression work on campus, including the work of the TRC Roundtable and the University Council on Anti-Racism and Equity, or UCARE. Queen's will continue to work to address systemic racism in the educational and classroom practices of the institution, and in particular, within our primary activities of teaching and research. With regard to staff and faculty, we will continue to close gaps in the representation of women, people with disabilities, Indigenous peoples, and Black and racialized people at all levels of the institution. We will identify barriers within university procedures to the recruitment and admission of racialized students, particularly Black and Indigenous students, and enhance efforts and initiatives to diversify the student population. We're committed to identifying and eliminating gaps in support and resources for 2S LGBTQ+ students, staff, and faculty. We will increase financial support and promote and centralize academic supports for underrepresented students. The university will review and strengthen its institutional policies and procedures for addressing acts of racist violence and hatred, with an emphasis on trauma-informed care for those victimized. Queen's will provide additional anti-racism training and education for all staff and faculty. The university will increase mental health supports for students, staff, and faculty affected by racism on campus. We will introduce campus climate metrics to measure campus culture, progress, and the impact of anti-racism initiatives. We will integrate equity, diversity, inclusion, and indigeneity as a major focus of the university's vision for the future, to be integrated into every leader's annual goals and planned initiatives. These efforts will begin right away, and the work ahead will not stop there. The items noted are for immediate action, but the list is not exhaustive. Rather, it is an indication of our intention to act boldly and swiftly to enact the changes that can be made in the short term. The work will continue to evolve, and the broader project of creating an anti-racism culture at Queen's will take time. There is much to do, and there are many issues to be addressed, as we all know. We will work tirelessly to unite our community, improving the experience of every member so that all may enjoy the benefits of our institution equally.